embracing all in oneness. May each who feels himself as one with thee know he is also one with every other. Thank you. Subramanian ji, are you able to hear us? Rajasubramanian ji,
Yes.
can you please turn your speaker off because we can hear the ambient noise in the background.
Yeah. எங்க இருக்கு ஸ்பீக்கர் எதிரில் எனக்கு?
Just say mute.
மியூட் எங்க இருக்கு? Okay.
At the bottom of the screen, if you tap your screen, at the bottom of the screen, you'll find a mute icon on the left-hand side. You have to tap that. Ama.
Yeah. இங்க மியூட் இருக்கு. இதான் மியூட்.
Correct. Okay, thank you. So, let us sit straight with our back, neck, and head aligned. Now that all the disturbance is gone, we need to focus inward. Take a nice deep breath and let go. Let us call on our own higher selves, our inner Guru. Help us get the best value from this satsang. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwara, Gurur Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. For a moment, tap into that energy that silence brings us, where we connect to our source and we also connect to each other for another wonderful satsang. Nagarajan ji. Okay, so I think we're all familiar with Rajan ji. He's been quite regular in taking wonderful satsangs with the School of Ancient Wisdom. But a brief introduction would be that he is a highly accomplished pranic healer. He is more interested to explain why healing, what are its methods, how are its energies, how and why to be a healer. He has many live testimonials in this regard of pranic healing. And therefore, we're going to look forward to another amazing session, this time on chakras. Over to you, Nagarajan ji. Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks a lot, Ramesh, for your introduction. So, we welcome all of you to a good evening of satsang with the School of Ancient Wisdom. Today we have a very, I should say, very classical and very central topic to the subject of spiritual healing, that is the chakras. Chakras are, all of you know, it's a very important, I should say, missionary or some kind of very important concept or working mechanism for the healing and the structure of the invisible body. So you can see some examples of chakras on the screen. You have a mandala art, and you have an eye. So you have a different type of mandala art. So chakras are of various geometric and non-geometric shapes also. We will go into the presentation now. So this is a small biography about myself. I am 58 years old. I have about 40 years of service in Reiki healing and yoga. My guru's name is Yogi Guru Vaidyanatha of Chennai. I have done about 15 years Gurukula Vasam with him, which is intensive studies and working along with him. We follow the guiding philosophy of the Theosophical movement. I am myself a third generation Theosophist. We have handled over 300 cases of healing after establishing practice in 4 years' time. So my alma mater is the Celestial College of Healing. As many of you know, it is not a physical college. It is a coming together of minds and personalities. Most of them are well read and well accomplished, and they are some thoughts are getting to be experts in their area. This is the 6th lecture of mine in the School of Ancient Wisdom. Yeah. Then these are the lectures I have done from 2023 onwards. So the last one was about theosophy and what theosophy can teach us today or offer us today. So today we will talk about the chakras. So here you have a nice picture from the internet, which gives you all the 7 major chakras, which all of you know. So the agenda for today is we will look into what are the chakras, what is the relevance of layers of the invisible body and the chakras, what are the major chakras, then the chakra opening. So what is the timing? What is of the chakra opening and how the timing happens, how it is controlled, and then we talk about unfurling of the personality of a young person. So the human formation is a highly complicated one, all of you know. A child is born and it takes about almost 25 years for the child to grow up and become an adult and start working and thinking and functioning like an adult. So this nature has taken, nature is giving us a lot of time to prepare ourselves, prepare our body, mind, invisible body, and so many things, because we come with a manufacturing time of 120 years, according to some theories. The human body and mind we can be alive till 120 years. So 120 years is quite a long period. So 25 years preparation seems to be just okay. Not too much, but not too little. Okay. And then we will be talking about the open close operation of the chakras, how it happens. Then we talk about what do the chakras do? What is their job? What is expected out of them? Then we talk about how the energy is generated or retained or multiplied in the living system. And then we go on to the structure of a chakra. What are the points to be noted in the structure of a chakra? And then we talk about damaged chakras. When chakras get damaged, how as a healer, how we have to repair those chakras. Can we manufacture chakras? Because repairing chakras can be very time consuming and very painful. So, and then we have as usual, we have a case study in pancreatitis. This is a disease of the pancreas, which was cured by working on the chakras alone. And then we have some physical examples of chakras. Then we will see how the chakras can be used as a weapon. And then we'll come to some practical aspects of why meditation is a failure for some people, why it doesn't work, why you spend so many years doing meditation, but finally you are reached a dead point, you are not able to go ahead, you are not able to progress, even with a guru's help, you are not able to go beyond certain point. And then we will see then how does nature protect us? Protect us from what? Protect us from our own selves, our own doings. So we harm our body and mind by so many lifestyle behavior. And how does nature protect us from that? Why it has to protect us, we will see. And then we have some qualitative expressions in language, which indirectly, which metaphorically talk about the chakras. So this chakras is not a subject which is present only in yoga, and it is of interest only to the healers and people of this kind. It is there in the literature. It has been in the yore. People know about it. Still, it is an enigma. Finally, we will come to a conclusion with some notes on the Kundalini, and then we talk about our favorite Rudraksha, how the Rudraksha works, why it is working, all that. Yeah. So, what are the chakras? Chakras are entry and exit points in the living system. Entry and exit points for the energy or food, vapor, for the waste, metabolic waste to go out. So many things are there. And then we have a depth of the chakras. Some chakras are superficial. They don't have much depth. Depth in the meaning, I have seen some chakras work literally like a gear system. So you have 4 gears on that side, 4 gears on this side. So it's a huge piece of machinery, like your Mooladhara. Mooladhara is actually big. So what are these depths of the chakras? You have one century, you have decade, you have a year, month, day, hour, minute, second, and microsecond. Well, how does time come into play with a chakra? Because the chakras are programmed to open according to time. So some chakras can open only once in a century. For example, we have this all the trees when they grow, they will acquire concentric circles of these circles are nothing but the new growth of cells which a tissue has. So when a tree is cut, by counting the circles, you can know how many years it has lived. So this annual growth which is coming in the springtime, the chakra of that particular chakra of growth is stimulated. So the tree doesn't grow all the time. It reaches a vegetative growth, then it goes into a flowering stage. All these things you are familiar with. Then what about a decade? There are some, if you talk to elderly people, senior people, they'll always talk in terms of decades. When I was in my 20s, I did this. When I was in my 60s, I have done that. So for them, after some time, after you cross 80, everything is measured in decades only. There are some chakras which are related to the decade. For example, you will be seeing that our Hindu system, we have this 60th celebration, 70 celebration, 80, 90, 100. These have some relation to that. So celebrating these things actually have a salubrious effect on your health, and you are getting some kind of endowment of energy from the various practices which are followed during those celebrations, religious celebrations. And then there is a year thing, and then there is a month, and the day, hour, minute. If you take the year, we know that we are celebrating so many festivals, which is actually like a fertility rite, which is depending on the moment of the sun. When the sun hits the Capricorn, we have a celebration. When the sun hits the Cancer, we have a celebration, which means there is some connection with us to the cosmos. What is the connection? What is the connection we have with the cosmos? The cosmos is so big, and we are so small. So this is a normal question which people ask. What is the connection if the moon has a eclipse, and what is the how am I going to get affected? You will be certainly affected because of your causal body. Your causal body is so big, is as big as the solar system. So the movement of the sun, star, Jupiter, all these planets, they have an effect on us. Of course, this is the how it is getting affected, that we will see. That is not going to be discussed here. That is astrology. You can just keep a mental note of the connection. And then we come to the month. In the month only, we talk about menstruation for ladies. And then we talk about the day, hour, minute, second, and microsecond. For today's lecture, we will cover from the day onwards. Day, hour. So you have you have to imagine a camera which works on a second by second basis. So when you divide a second, you can get 60 microseconds, like that. So you can go deep into it. So that is how the chakras work. Okay. So sleep pertains to the day. Your biological clock is tuned to go to sleep at a certain hour band. So it is pertaining to that. So when you are not able to sleep properly, which means some of your chakras are not closed properly. So as a healer, we have to investigate why the chakras are not closing. We have to take action so that you get your chakras closed. Then only you can sleep. Okay. We have spoken about these layers and chakras in all my lectures, because these layers is a very, very important aspect of all living things. If you take biology, which we read in the school, college, and all that. If you cut open any living creature or a plant, you will find a lot of layers of tissues. Layers of cells become tissues, tissues become organs. This is how we are taught in school. This is very correct. Similarly, in the internal body also, we have the layers. So you have even I was just talking today to one of my friends. They're talking about what is the relevance of the inner solar system and the outer solar system. So then only I realized that the first 500 layers we have are all lying in the inner solar system. So after you leave the inner solar system, then you have the total the other layers, 9,500 layers are all lying extending over the causal body. So even in the last lecture we talked about the Chidambaram temple where the Nagaraja sanctum sanctorum is there. It has got a golden leaf covering which has got 64,000 gold leaves, exact number. So this 64,000 is the according to the temple lore, it is the number of breaths you take in a day. Another reckoning with the yoga literature, it says there are 64,000 chakras in every layer. So you have multiplied that by 500 layers, you have 320,000 chakras. Of course, there are minor and major chakras, which we will come to. And then the spaces, the interstitial space between the layers are very, very important. So whenever we see somebody sick, you find that the layers, the space between the layers are quite less. It is not in the usual. So that then you know that the person is not doing very well. And then another thing is the structure of the nadi. What is nadi? Nadi is like a tube. It is nothing but your lymph canal. Sometimes it can be interpreted as even as your blood vessel. It is some kind of a connective tissue. So which is going through the chakras. You can imagine like that. Just as a visual, I am telling you. Because the nadi is the one which actually brings in the energy, brings in the water, light, heat, everything into the chakra. Okay. And the layer. Because the layer is the space where all these items, as I told you, energy, chakra, energy, water, food, solids, everything are stored. So the chakra is the entry exit point. Chakra is usually three-dimensional in structure. In very few cases, you will find single dimension. It is planar structure. The major chakras, all of you know this. The Muladhara, which is down in our then you have the Swadhisthana, then you have Manipurakam, heart chakra, Vishuddhi chakra, Agnya, and Sahasrara, and we have the Nadi connecting them. These you will find all the major chakras in many people in a good condition. No, nothing to worry about. That is how they are functioning well. They are able to do all their jobs and live their life. But you will find the Nadi which is connecting to that will be full of used foodstuff, metabolic waste, so many dirt accumulated over the course of life. So many things will be there. So as healers, what our job is to clean the nadi, and clean up the lymph. I have seen people getting very good result by when we clean their nadis. For example, I'll tell you a case about a person who had these kind of allergies. So we tried so many methods, food alteration, no milk, no this, that. Finally, we thought of cleaning the lymph nodes. When the lymph was cleaned, automatically the person was relieved of all itching and scratching. It's only the metabolic waste accumulated in the body which has caused all these problems. So the nadi shuddhi or cleaning the nadis is very important. Sometimes I have another colleague called Mrs. Vijayalakshmi from Hyderabad. She's one of the persons known to me. So she is also a chakra healer. So she gave me a very good insight on if the major chakras are, we have to diagnose them and we have to see whether there are any repair work to be done to these chakras. Some chakras are so big that you can actually feel every stroke. It's like a wheel. The chakra is like a wheel with lot of motor. The strokes of a motorcycle thing. Same thing. But it is like exactly like a Rolls-Royce engine when you see from outside. It's got lot of strokes. So we have to ensure that there are no dents in the strokes. All the strokes are normal. So we can actually repair every chakra. So when you repair the chakra, you find very good results. The chakra, when it is damaged, which will come slowly. Yeah. It will be big. When the chakra is damaged, it will be like like a plate, like a dinner plate, big plate, useless, no good. Chakras are effective when they are in their normal, factory specification. When you're born, how is your chakra? So for example, your heart chakra, if it should not be more than 1.5 inches in diameter, should not be. If it is 5 inches, which means you have a heart problem, like that. So we have a benchmark for everything. So according to that, we have to reduce the chakra, we have to reduce the diameter, we have to compress it, we have to ensure that it starts working. So when it is working well, it will emit a particular sound. Every chakra has got a sound because it's actually a machine. When the RPM is correct, you can hear the sound. So then you know that this chakra is working properly. Now we come to the timing and chakra opening and closing. So as I told you earlier, every chakra can have maximum 8 dimensions. In the outside, you can go up to century, decade, year, and all that. And inside, it is minute, second, microsecond. That is the dimension. So what I have observed, is a very interesting thing. Now we are in the software world, IT world, where everything is software. Now we have artificial intelligence. If you tell the machine to write a code, it will write. You don't have to break your head anymore. We don't need programmers. And another 10 years, there will be no programmers, no coders. But it is very interesting to know that nature also has this kind of software. So I have seen control panels in the 3rd layer, 7th layer, 13th layer, 19th, and so on, up to so many layers. Every control panel has got a different purpose. For example, we have a person who has come for slimming. We have to attend to their layer on the 90th layer. What is the control panel? How is the control panel? I will tell you my own example. I had a lot of gas trouble. So I went to my 19th layer and I was looking at it. I was ensuring it was working properly. We will not believe, in 24 hours, this problem is solved. So that means nature has got a highly intelligent way of working. We are not aware. We are going like elephants with our eyes and ears closed, with all kinds of underestimating nature. We underestimate ourselves. There are so many hidden secrets and hidden things in nature which we have to discover and try to work smart like nature. We can copy a lot of things. Yeah. But how do these control panels work? Who operates them? This is when I was preparing for this presentation for today, I had this question in my mind: who is operating all this? So every living thing has got its own intelligence. So your body has got its own intelligence. Similarly, your internal structure has got its own intelligence. All this intelligence put together, they only operate all these things. Now we come to the unfurling the personality. So a person attains puberty at around 13, 12 years old. Their sexuality starts to come out and they have some problems in facing that sexuality. And that is why they are forced to, they are put into this higher studies and they divert their mind, and the really successful people, they try to manage all these different opposite poles of your mind and what you want to do normally as a person to come up in your life, and the nature's pull is very strong. If you come, that is why that is why culture comes to your rescue. So when your parents or when your surroundings are people are following certain culture, then that culture will teach you in an unwritten way how to manage this tussle between nature and yourself, because you want to do certain things for your future, because studying and coming up in life is a foundation for your life. At around age of 21 or so, it can be lesser, but generally, I'm just taking a general age, the personality of the individual meets the sexuality. So then they join together, the union. They have a union of the both, and then the tremendous power of the youth, powerful mind, powerful body, the ego, and everything comes out very well. So they feel that they are in charge of their life. Everything is in their hand. They think that there is nothing called destiny. I can make my own destiny. I can do whatever I want. They do. Man, almost 90% of the people, to be optimistic, they really come out, they go for higher studies or they go for job, plunge themselves in their career or business, and they really come up very well. This is what is happening. So what is the hidden story behind this thing? The chakras are opening at 13 for the puberty, but only in the age of 20 and above, the personality or the mind also is growing. Even I have heard some psychologists saying that the frontal brain is fully grown only at the age of 21, which means what? The mind and various aspects of mind are still growing. When they grow, and then the union happens, and then the individual becomes successful. But there are many problems with sexual efflorescence also. This results in psychiatric issues. Many issues can be corrected by looking at the chakras. So one thing is that as a healer, we have to look at the mind. And I told this lovely audience the structure of the mind, how big is the mind. It's about, I can repeat, it's about, in my studies, it is about 8 kilometers long. So we go and scan the mind, any trauma they have undergone. Actually, the trauma of this sexual efflorescence is actually most of the things are self-made. And it's also the perceptions, what perceptions we have about some people and how those perceptions can hurt us, can give us harm. Even cinema has got, I don't need to add, it has got one of the most destructive things on our people. Very, very harmful effect on everybody, on most of us. So when some chakras get damaged with this efflorescence. So when we correct those chakras, when we give them the input, or give them the energy, or give them whatever they need, then you find that again this union happens for these people. And they are really for a second time, they are back on the rails. That is my point. Yeah. Open, close. So this is a very tantalizing aspect for all the newcomers who are wanting to be healers and pranic healers, what not. They say we have so many advertisements in the Facebook. In 3 days you can learn to open a chakra. Very good, excellent. So we need only 3 days. A person who has done some little meditation, read a few books, they can learn to open a chakra. You can open yourself, your own chakra. They will teach you how to open, but they will never teach you how to close the chakras. Closing chakras is a totally different subject. You can take almost 15 years or more to learn how to close a chakra. So it's a very complicated subject. So whenever you are a healer, you must know that most of your chakras are also open. So you have to learn to open and close them with some timing. The normally timing is 1 or 2 seconds, not more than that. So you can use the darbai or kusha grass powder and basma to close your chakras. When you have, as I told you in my previous lecture, you can for any pain in the body or anything, you mix oil with the darba grass basma, and you can apply on top of it. You will find some relief. Okay. So the role of the chakshu or the internal sight is very important, because without seeing, how are you going to work? We are told, we are now been discussing so many things. Without seeing the chakra, how can you do anything? You cannot do anything. So the guru or your deity, they only provide this chakshu. Sometimes nature is very highly protective. Nature will not permit the internal eyesight for all people. Because as I told you, we are the person to harm ourselves. No, there is nobody required to harm you. You are the main enemy for yourself. First is we do a lot of mistake with our own ego. We don't know how to manage our ego. We don't know when to shut our mouth. Some situations better to be silent, but we will not. We will make some comments. So what does nature do? When you want to open a chakra or internal eyesight, it will not allow you. This is the reason why meditation is a no-go for many people. It doesn't work. But whether they admit it is not working is a different story. Yes. Now we come to what the chakras do. Chakras receive energy, water, food, gas, solids, liquids, light, fluids, anything. Everything which is required for the functioning of a living organism, everything chakras will receive. What do they give out? They no point keeping it. They will not keep it everything with themselves. They will pass it on to the next chakra. Again, the energy, water, everything what is mentioned here will be passed on after retaining certain quantity. So when there is input given by nature or your own practice or some other source, whatever source, it may be even sunlight, your chakras are transmitting through the nadi to the next layers. This are happening very fast. It's so fast, you cannot imagine how fast it works. That is why all of us feel with good health. You are okay all the time. You are energetic all the time. You can do anything, because this is all work done by our internal system. Okay. The living system receives energy through the chakras. This energy is exponentially conveyed. Why I am saying exponentially conveyed? So, as we told you, as we discussed in the earlier lecture, nature is giving us 1 unit of energy during our sleep time. So, this 1 unit of energy received in your 500th layer, for example. So, when you are traversing through, when the energy is traversing through your chakras, this 1 unit of energy can become even 500 units of energy. Because how many chakras it has to reach? A minimum of 320,000 chakras it has to reach. So how will it reach? Only when the energy is exponentially multiplied, when it is exponentially growing, then alone you can do it. So what is the channel for the energy? What is the medium for the energy? The energy needs a medium in the living system. Please don't go to physics now. Don't tell me that the energy is coming through space. We are not talking about physics here. We are talking about a living structure. So in the living structure, when you have sufficient food chemical in your body, the energy, gas, everything, then only you will find that you are all right, 100%. What happens when there is no adequate chemical energy in your hip? Your vertebrae are not working properly, then only you have backache, you have hip ache, you have so many spondylitis, this and that, because some of the layers are not filled up properly. Okay. And then we come to difference between two people. You have most of us are using public transport, the metro or bus or whatever. So if somebody will have some kind of cold or some fever or something, why everybody is not affected by the fever or cold or by other person? According to our Louis Pasteur's theory, if one person has germs, everybody should get the germs. Why this doesn't happen in nature? It doesn't happen in nature because everyone's layers are different. What is the stuffing done in your layers by yourself, by your good actions, or by your birth is not the same for your neighbor who happens to be your companion for the bus ride. So, however, he may be infected by some other disease, you will not be affected. And then you have the vibration emitted by a person. So, in our healing also, like we told last time, we are measuring the vibration of the patient. We have a age band of the patient. Suppose a person is 20 to 30 years old, they will have a vibration of 500 hertz per minute. This vibration will go down as the age goes by. Suppose there is some serious problem in the health, you find that the vibration will be really down. But after they receive the inputs in their layers, after their internal body starts working properly, you will find that the vibration will climb up. I was attending to one patient, lady patient.
May I request Jasmine, please turn mute, please. Thank you.
I was studying, working on this lady patient from Chennai. She has a heart problem. They had even operated her shoulder for some replacement. She was vibrating in a very low 25 hertz per second, per minute, which is very low. After 1 month, now her vibration has come to 350, which is a very good vibration for her age. She's 85 years old. Now she's very cheerful. Another physical way in which you can measure the vibration of a person is by the voice. What is the timbre in the voice? What is the metallic tone of the voice? With which you can measure the health of a person. If a person has got a heart problem, many times you would have noticed that he's talking in hushed whispers. He cannot raise his voice because his heart chakra is not good or heart system is having some problem. Okay, so here we come to the structure of the chakras. So we have the mandala for the Muladhara, and then we have the oval for eye chakra, something like an oval. And then you have the iris inside the eye, that is like a perfect circle. The retina, all this is circle. Then you have the V shape for the veins. The veins have a V-like shape, which prevent the blood from flowing backwards. That is also a very important chakra. Even the lymph system has got, we have 84 sphincters in the body. Sphincter is some type of a muscle tissue, also connected with the nervous system, which prevents the backward flow of liquids or nutrients you are eating. Your alimentary canal is straightforward, all of us know. But you will know that there is a sphincter just above your stomach with the esophagus, which will not allow the food from the stomach to go to the esophagus. Similarly, there's a sphincter which the content of the stomach is going to the ileum. Ileum is the chamber where the duodenum, the liver, gallbladder, everything is connected. So anything from the stomach can come into the ileum, but from ileum, it cannot go back into the stomach. Those things are called sphincters. They are also some chakras. They are also chakra. So then you have the heart. I have shown you a picture of a ring, but actually very carefully, very nicely depicts how the V-shaped chakras are working in the heart. We just now restored a heart of a lady. Her one of the valves were not working properly, so she had totally. There are mitral valve and there's one more valve which has got 3 sets of valves. So every valve has got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 8 chakras, V-shaped chakras. So we had to replace all of them. And today her blood pressure has really gone down, and the doctors are happy. She had edema issues. That is, edema is collection of water in the limbs, despite walking, despite being active and all. So as her valves are okay, her edema has actually disappeared. She's become much normal. Okay. And then you have the annulus. Annulus is like a donut. You have a donut with a hole in the middle. That is the ahankara or the ego. That is also a very important chakra, because the ego is not only required for functioning of a person's his life, it's also his identity. I should say work identity. Don't have ego, you cannot do anything. You cannot even drink a cup of coffee. Not required. You cannot do it because there is a living system. So when many people say that ego we should remove, even they don't know what they are talking about. Yeah. And then this is the mitral valve in the heart, which is like a semi annulus. One portion is fused together, but one portion is open. So there are different types of chakras in our living system for different purposes. See, if you see this heart mitral valve, the blood is coming from the auricle to the ventricle, but the blood should not go from ventricle to auricle. That is why it is like a semi hemispherical annulus. Yeah. Chakras in action. Okay, sir, you have told us a lot of theory now. What about in action? So we did some funny experiment with a patient. She came with a very unique problem of discoloration of tooth. She said, why don't I tried so many toothpaste, nothing is working. And my tooth is very bad, looking yellow and all that. So I found that one of her chakras were closed, which is connected with the tooth. And when I opened that chakra, immediately after a few days, her teeth became normal. Now that pale white, that kind of. She was very happy. She said, wow, my teeth are normal. Then her husband said, no, you must have brushed well, so it has gone. So what I did as an experiment, I again closed the chakra. Then again she got the tooth became bad. Then she told, what is this? Sir, you solved my problems. Again, you have done something, you have unsolved your problem. So again I opened the chakra and I told her husband, this is not because of toothbrush or anything, this is because of the chakra. Okay. And speech. Now we have a few patients I'm working on who are autistic children. We are working on their speech. Speech, I found that almost a mind-boggling amount of 5,000 chakras are involved from different areas like the unconscious mind, subconscious mind, conscious mind. If I am talking now a sentence, I can tell you with confidence, this sentence is not coming only from my mouth. It has to come from my body. So this origin of this thought or articulation of the sentences, everything is coming from some very deep portion of our conscious mind. That is unconscious mind. That is why I'm saying the mind is very deep. Mind length of the dimension of the mind is almost 8 kilometers, whereas the body is maximum 6 feet. So the mind is definitely much, much, much bigger, more powerful. It can hold very high energies, very high wattages, because those things are handled elsewhere. It is like Empire State Building. You can only see the top portion, the iceberg. Down, main thing structures, hidden structures are there, which are processing and giving it. The mouth is only like a speaker. It only keeps speaking, but the inputs are coming from somewhere. So when the autistic children are not able to talk, we found that their articulation of their ideas is not. They are not able to do. There are some chakras which are missing or not working, or some kind of missing gap is there. So now our job is to find out where are those chakras which are missing, and we have to ensure that we have to link them. We have to do a lot of engineering work. Hearing is not ordinary. It is a lot of engineering, heavenly engineering has to be done for a person to have normal life. The parents only want one thing. They want their child to speak normally, think normally. act normally. That's what they want. We take so many things for granted, but for people who don't have it, it is, you can imagine their speed. And then we come to hormone balance. I find that many out of 10 people, all 10 of us have hormone imbalance issues because of the chakra malfunctioning or improper hormone storage in our layers. Just imagine when when you go to an allopathy doctor, they'll say you have thyroid problem, you must take this medicine that. Actually, you have these 5,000 layers for hormones. Those 5,000 layers have to have the correct amount of hormones. Hormones are nothing but electrochemical energies. They can be liquids, they can be gases. Mostly it is liquids and gases. So when all the layers have this exact or correct amount of hormone balance in them, only then the river of the hormones can flow properly. Okay. We spoke about the damaged chakras and repair of the strokes already. Manufacturing of chakras. How do we manufacture the chakras? Accidentally I discovered this thing that we can manufacture the chakras using solar magnetism. So there is I should say near the sun, not inside the sun, near the sun, where we find that there is a zone where the supercharged solid is coming from the sun, which can be used as a solid, but it will become energy when you bring it to the earth. So we have to take that material and we have to manufacture the chakras and then use it. Which means what? Our chakras are located near the sun. Where are they located? It's difficult to understand because our entire causal body is across the solar system of 40 light years. All of us are proud real estate owners of 40 light years of land we have. We own it. Title is ours till we die. Imagine. Such a beautiful thing. Okay. Now we come to a case study. I had a patient from New Zealand. So the person was in ICU for 2 months for this gentleman. He was non-diabetic, heart is normal. Only thing the doctors found that this pancreas was disrupted. You should know that it's very difficult to reach the pancreas for a surgeon in the allopathic method because pancreas is just like a dried leaf, not even size of your palm, almost 70% size of your palm. And it is an endocrine. So endocrine means there is no connecting tube to the alimentary canal or anything. So the stomach acids were there have already entered the pancreas. Pancreas function is gone. So the stomach was in panic mode, which means what? It's going on generating the hydrochloric acid and other enzymes or everything there's a lot of liquid in the stomach. So the stomach is like a football. So this was the case. So this patient is 8,000 miles away. So how to treat him? So I had to use clairvoyance, astral travel, go there and see him what's going on. Then I decided to clean up the pancreas is good. We can clean any organ. That is not a problem. So how to keep it functioning normally? The only way I first thought of repairing the chakras. Then I found it's a time-consuming job. Not going to work. There's no time. Very less time. So instead of repairing, I replaced all the 10 new chakras with new ones. When I was working on this case, then only I actually encountered my own solar factory where I manufacture the chakras. It has been a very useful case where we had a learning outcome of how to manufacture chakras. And we have another person in the Celestial College of Healing also who helped me to understand this process, and he was very helpful to me to manufacture the chakras. So after we installed the new chakras, cleaned the pancreas, the stomach calmed down. So slowly the person we pulled out the fluid, that tube from his mouth, which is giving the food to his stomach. We made him to eat porridge, kanji 3 times a day. Then 2 liquid, 1 solid, 2 solid, 1 liquid. And after 15 days, doctor came to see him. He's not in the bed. So the doctor was surprised. What happened to him? He was in ICU. Where? Then he came, patient came walking. Said, where did he go? The doctor was very tired, said, lying down. I went for a walk. You went for a walk? Wow, my goodness, what happened to you? Then doctor examined him. You are getting better. So in the meantime, parallelly, healing we have given to the energy, we have given to various organs. We cleaned up his layers, we cleaned up his lymph. So many background work we have done, you know. This is like the housewife. The housewife does lot of background work. Nobody in the house understands what she does. Every 8 hours, the food is coming on the table. How it is coming? Because somebody has done the background work 8 hours, 16 hours before. That is why it has come. So we have done all the background work. We gave the heart-lung axis support. So in the case, heart should not have any problem. After 3 weeks, the person is discharged. Now he is happy. He is having his lovely life. They were very grateful, and they have done all the honors to us. Why I am taking up this case is because of the chakras only. By replacing the chakras, then the nature has taken over. Then when nature takes over, then we are out of the scene. Then he's all right. Save. Okay. So then we come to this thing, the slide didn't get saved. Physical examples are your own eyes, your eyes and ears. They are all, you have already seen as chakras. Chakras can be used as a weapon. In the Puranas, you have read how Mahavishnu used his chakra and killed the Asura. As a student of the occult, you will be taught how to use your chakras as a weapon. Sounds very terrifying, no? We already talked why meditation fails, because chakras don't open as per your vision will. Because nature is protecting yourself from yourself. And then qualitative expressions in language. What are the expressions in language we do? We recruit a person, then we say that this person doesn't have fire in the belly. He doesn't have. Fire in the belly means what is the chakra in the belly? Manipuraka. The Manipuraka is not working. This is the very unique chakra which resembles like a lotus pond. When it is working, there is a water on the top, but fire on the above. It's a very unique, very unique chakra. And then we say that this person has got a wooden head. Wooden head means what? You have this 5 bones fused up in the skull, and all 5 bones are having almost 39 chakras in the head alone, which are involved with the mind, how the mind understands, how we understand and take action and solve problems. So when the mind doesn't open, we call this person is a wooden head, blockhead. We call him a blockhead. So these are some of the qualitative languages, expressions we have in the language. And then we have this, we talk about Kundalini. So Kundalini is a very important structure. Does everybody have Kundalini? All our living human beings? Yes, we have. In the souls, unfortunate souls which are not evolved, the Kundalini is like a dot. It is not, it is just there. But the effect of having a dot in your system has got many cosmic effects. It's because of the dot, that is the connection with your physical body and the causal body. So the energies from the causal body are entering your system through that Kundalini. So when you do tapas, your Kundalini is growing. For example, I also have Kundalini opened up in my structure like a garlic bulb. It is quite big. It's very painful. You can have a lot of health problems because of too much having Kundalini power. It gives a lot of heat, light, energy. Too much of heat it can give. It can give you tremendous backache. So many saints have actually died prematurely because of Kundalini opening. So as a healer and a yogi, you have to know how to manage your kundalini. This can be my Gurunadhar. He taught me all the secrets, how to maintain the kundalini, how to keep it shut, how to use the energies, how to convert the energies. So he has taught me like a dear son. He has taught me all these things. I'm very grateful to him for his guidance and his perpetual cautioning me. Be careful, be careful. He's always telling that because you have family, you have parents, you have to remember them. You have to be responsible. So you must practice everything. You should be a yogi, but at the same time, you should be in your family life. You should carry out all your responsibilities. In other words, you should not be a nuisance. Don't. You should. That is what he used to say. And then finally, we conclude the session with the Rudraksha. Rudraksha, all of you know, it is a seed from one of the trees we have all over India. It's a very holy seed. All of us wear mala, one Rudraksha, or many Rudrakshas. Actually, Rudraksha is a very poisonous stone, piece of poisonous seeds are there. There is an alkaloid called rudrakine in the Rudraksha. Then how this poison is not affecting us? Why we are not getting poisoned? You are not getting poisoned by the alkaloid because of the chakras are not allowing the poison to enter your system too much. What happens when you're having bath with the Rudraksha, you're doing everything, then what does the Rudraksha do? Because of the toxin in the Rudraksha, which is natural, organic, the body is generating some kind of energy, which is supporting your higher mind. It is also supporting your heart chakra. So it is able to connect the heart chakra and the higher mind. So this is something like a stimulation. This always toxins are stimulation. That is why when we drink coffee, we feel energetic because the coffee toxin helps the body to release some energy. So this is what the Rudraksha does. But for very people who are very much in the higher path, most of them cannot wear any item. They cannot wear gold ring or any chain or Rudraksha. It's not possible because their chakras are open. They cannot handle this too much intense energy which is generated by the Rudraksha. Okay. Actually, so we come to the end of the presentation. So I think we had some question in the chat. Yeah. So I have some other presentation where some slides are there.
Yeah. Slide is not moving, is what Ramananji said.
So any questions you can ask. I had myself prepared some questions. We have some advertisements about the chakra balancing courses being handled in the Facebook. This chakra balancing is all a scam. Don't fall for it. Because for 90 rupees, nobody can teach you all these things. It is just a money-making scheme. Don't go for chakra healing, chakra balancing. Because you have to see the chakras, then only you can do it. Then there's nothing called balancing. So don't go for that. And there was another question by our Ramamani madam saying that many gurus are touching the Agnya chakra here and they are stimulating it. Yes, that is a practice done by many gurus and yogis. They have done it. But it has to be done in total. You have to take your health, so many things into consideration, your mind, because opening the chakras without preparation can stall your mind, can stall your conscious mind, and you may not be able to function properly. You may be in a state of stupor, which doesn't help anybody. Yeah.
I had a question.
Yeah.
How does one open and enhance their inner vision, their inner eyesight?
Yes. Inner eyesight again. This has to be. You have to do this only with a master. You have to take a good guru or master who can take responsibility of your overall well-being, your mind, body, health, everything. They only will check and they will see whether you really need it or no. Because everything in the spiritual path needs preparation. Without preparation, you should not do anything. Because it is not a fancy, it is nothing, no fancy things. Because for example, if I give you the Kundalini opening tomorrow, you will suffer. You will suffer like anything. It's not easy. So many people have actually died or become mad because of the Kundalini. Yes, we
Okay.
have.
Yeah, we have many questions.
We have Ramamani Madam is asking question. What can one do to keep the energy aligned? A very good question, Ramamani. You can keep your energy aligned by dealing with the elements. Yoga has got one solution. Well, the 5 elements are there. Take one of the elements and keep engaging yourself with that. So when you are growing in your tapas, slowly after a short period or a long period of 20, 30 years, you will find that you are able to operate all the 5 elements. So when you're with the elements, you will automatically, everything will be aligned properly. Because nature is able to do all these things on its own. You don't have to do anything special. Okay, if someone has mental health issues, then which chakra is affected? Hell, a lot of chakras are, the whole structure can have problems by the mental health issues. We can be first is, as I have told you before, we have to find out where is the mental wound. Does the person have a trauma? Because in the mind, which is 8 kilometers long, as I told you, this trauma causes a wound, actual wound, like you can have a wound in a physical body. So we as a healer or yogi, we have to go to that place, travel there, heal that wound, and then by doing that, the trauma element is removed. When the trauma element is removed, the energy flow is established, nature will take over, and the mental health can be restored. I have given a lecture here in the school about the structure of the mind and how it has to be understood and how we have solved some psychiatric issues, specifically dealing with this question. So if there is a stream and the water is going in the stream, there is a rock which is fallen into the stream, so automatically the water will get blocked. So you have to remove the boulder, you have to remove the rock, you have to ensure that the banks are well tended, then the water will flow properly. That's all. And there's nothing called chakra imbalance. There's nothing like that. It's only chakra is working or not working or 50% working, all these things. We have to either clean up the chakra or get a new chakra. That's all.
So this is Arun Kulkarni this side.
Yeah. Hi, Arun. How are you?
I'm good, sir. Thank you so much. Hope you are also doing good.
Yeah.
That's great. Sir, what is the connection between chakras and enlightenment?
Very good. Very good question. Because all of us have a finite amount of chakras. Correct? You have 500 into 320,000 chakras are there. There's nothing more than that.
Okay.
So when you have when you are taking the chelaship or discipleship with a master, he will be able to guide you how you can get this enlightenment. Enlightenment is always there, but whether are we aware of it? Are we conscious of it? Yesterday I had a very interesting meeting with a gentleman who was only talking about Indian philosophy as per the books. I felt very sorry for him. I asked him, "You have read so many books." Yes, he was expounding Shankara, Viveka Chudamani, all these things so well. I asked him only one question: do you have any experience? Have you done meditation? He says there is no need for experience. I said, don't say like that. You are wrong. There are so many saints in our country, Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, Swami Vivekananda. You think they were all our own Mahapariva of Kanchipuram? You think they were all jobless people? Did they not, Ramana Maharshi, did they not have experience? So without experience, we cannot do anything. So the main aim of putting yoga as one of the darshanas, there are 6 darshanas. Nyaya, Sankhya, Yoga, Mimamsa, Vaisheshika. So yoga as darshana means what? It is only an approach. It is a guiding. So on the other 5 darshanas, or giving you some I should say, theory. You should use the theory after you have gained practical experience. That is what my master used to tell me. He said, don't read anything. When I will tell you when you should read. So when you have this practical experience as a budding yogi or a youngster, you know that after you get experience many samadhi experience or whatever, it's out of body experience, astral travel, then you start understanding things much better.
Yeah, wonderful, sir. That's what most of the times even I get stuck. Like each your session was very thought provoking. Actually, so it
Thank
was answering, but it was really very thought provoking. Okay, so it leads me to ask further, ask further, ask further, ask further.
uh,
And yeah, sir, it is. That's how it is. Like unless and until you, it is not that I ask a question, you answer. That answer will have 100 questions again.
correct.
Okay. So here my effort is how can I nullify the question itself, not find no, not to find the answer actually.
No, it is very easy by getting a guru and becoming a student. And because I have now two students who are learning astral travel from me now, astral travel and clairvoyance, they are learning that. Because one thing is very you should understand, Mr. Arun. You have nature has given us a lot of instruments. Almost it is like you are having an almari with 100 tools and instruments. You are using only one or two because you have not been introduced to other tools. And so only when you are reading the menu card properly, oh, I have so many instruments, I have this and that, oh my God, then the guru will slowly teach you how to use those tools and everything. This is purely engineering, sir. This is nothing to do with spirituality. I'm sorry. If you are thinking spiritual, no. It is just understanding your internal body. What is the architecture of the internal body? What are all the things available to you? What are all the things you can develop? Then, when you are familiar with even 10, 15 tools, then you are actually done. There are even I know I should not be talking about myself, but I know that I don't know so many things. I know. Well, there are our human body is so endowed with a God, nature and God have given us so much. Actually, too much, I should say. That we have to learn a lot of things. That is why. So when you are talking that you are reached a dead end, which means nature has put her hand. Thank you, sir. Stop there. Okay,
Yeah.
when you start working with nature, how will you start working with nature? When you work with the elements. That is why you should have, when you see a ocean or sea, you should have bath in the river, you should have bath in the waterfalls. You are engaging with water. When you are in the river, you are having the sky, you're standing on the earth, you have the water. So three elements are already there. So when your mind and consciousness is disciplined, channeled in that way that you are feeling the elements every time, then the elements also will give you lot of things. But this you all should be done with the guidance of a guru. I
Yeah.
am willing to train you, but if you are willing to accept my training, I will be more than satisfied.
Arey, sir, you told me the golden words. Actually, Thank you so
No, we
much.
are also searching for good students.
Yeah.
Imagine my prayer to God is only that before my time is over, I need to train people. My master has told me, Nagaraj, it is not enough that you know. You should train people. They should also enjoy this divine bliss as you are enjoying. He has given command. This is a command for all the yogis. They should train people.
Yeah, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Mr. Vivek Devaraj asking some question. Can
Yes.
you please mention some books which are that can help you understanding? I think you should refer to the previous lecture on theosophy, where they have a lot of books have been written by the theosophical leaders, which give you the background story. But we are also going to do some sessions on those theosophical books about this background. What are we supposed to know? What books we should read now? what books we should avoid. Those things we are going to do.
Sure, sir. Thank you. Thank you very much. And I also had another question about how do I learn this science? It's so interesting and so fascinating. Um, I could resonate to so many things that you explained passively, right? By maybe all nature, right? So when I look at things without much judgment, I naturally tend to see such things. But because of our judgmental mindset and scientific way of provoking something, and we get lost out of that. But yeah, I wanted to ask how I can learn this in a proper fashion from the right source. If you can help me guiding in that path.
Yeah, you already entered into the path by working with the School of Ancient Wisdom. We have our Mr. Ramesh, who is a master student, I should say. He's an ideal student. He's a man with a big vision and a big heart to help everybody, including myself. So he is the one you should contact, because he is. I don't have so much of patience like him. He's very good in guiding people and giving them the correct direction. But if you want to contact me, you can talk to him. We can have a meeting and we can take it up. It is possible. I want to assure you that these things are possible.
Thank you. Thank you very much, sir.
If you're talking about me, then I'll definitely be happy to help.
Yeah.
So,
Sure,
and
Ramesh.
also, sure. And is remote healing possible? Certainly. I think many of our teachers have taught us that. Definitely it is possible, and I've experienced it myself, quite amazingly, actually. And another thing, and Nagarajanji has also left his number here, if you wish to contact him. And Rajanji, I wanted to also ask you about spiritual hygiene. How do we maintain our spiritual hygiene? Could you elaborate on that?
There's now the spiritual hygiene is no need to bother about, because I believe, say, or my school, what I have learned is only that you have to be with your elements all the time. That's all. So when you are with the elements, what happens? Slowly, see, your mental horizon uh, becomes so big that you cannot do anything wrong. It's not possible. So when you are not doing things wrong, you are doing everything is correct, approved by society, approved by the guru, approved by the masters, approved by your parents, then automatically you are hygiene. You are the pure person. There's nothing to. There's nothing called unhygienic. There is nothing. You are the light. You are the divine. That's all. Because nature has made us like that. We are good. We are pure. Some things, some habits we may have, which we make us feel guilty. Don't feel guilty. Leave it. It will automatically go away from you. But for that, you have to be with the elements. Your tapas has to be with the elements. So your tapas is the key to the your physiological condition. When your physiology is good, automatically your mind will be good. There is a solution for every problem. So how to solve? That key you will yourself get. That is what Christianity talks about, the Holy Grail. So what is the Holy Grail? Holy Grail is nothing but you are the Holy Grail. That's all. You are the Holy Grail, where the Spirit of Jesus will come and stay in you and give you all the good things what you want. That's all. There's no secret. It's all open secret. So there's nothing called bad hygiene. We are all good. Everything is lovely. When you start feeling that, then you emit that kind of vibration within your community, in your friends. That is a very wonderful thing which I am experiencing with the School of Ancient Wisdom. All such pure souls committed to some higher ideals, thanks to Ma Manize and her vision. She is also a theosophist, so she understands all these things very well. I really bow my head in reverence to her. She's such a wonderful person. and she's given us this platform so that we can connect and talk about all these things. Thank you.
Sir, the last one, sir. Last
Yeah.
one. Yeah. Sir, this if there is a cycle of life and death,
Yeah.
then is this chakra, these things will help me to come out of that?
No, that is really that is something totally different.
Different.
Not
Okay. Right,
the
sir.
chakras are only the small. It is if they suppose you have a car, no, Karun.
Yeah.
This chakra is something like your tire of the car.
Okay.
It's only one small portion, but an important portion. That's all.
You have mentioned most of the time only causal body. What about the Sukshma Sharira and Sthula Sharira, sir? It doesn't come into chakras, not like that?
No. This actually, this Patanjali Muni has given the definition of 7 bodies.
Okay.
Actually, there are 7 types of bodies, actually. So these all 7 types of bodies are encompassed in our 10,000 layers, which I mentioned before.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So it is all, if you see, there was in the Google, you can read about a person called Kirlian photography. So Kirlian was a Russian scientist. Actually, he was an assistant working in a laboratory in a hospital in Moscow 100 years ago. So he happened to do live resuscitation for a patient when he saw a spark. So he thought, why don't I photograph this spark? And he was able to take a photograph of the spark, and it exactly turned out to be a multicolor version of the human body. So you should read about this Kirlian photography in the Google.
Right, sir. Thank you, sir.
Then you will know that all these bodies, everything is mishmash like a salad. You are like a salad, Arun. I want to eat you now.
I am ready, sir. I don't mind placing myself on your table.
That is what. Everything is mixed together. There's nothing separate. As these lovely diagrams they show you. No. Welcome to the world of yoga.
Really.
Does anyone have more questions? Any more questions, everybody? And Rajanji, also you mentioned now, at one time you said 10,000 layers.
Yeah.
Another time you mentioned about 350,000 and odd. Could you clarify that, please?
Yeah, that is what you mean the 500 layers and the other one?
10,000 you mentioned.
Uh-huh.
Then you mentioned 502, 320,000.
That is the chakras. Every layer has got 64,000 chakras.
Oh, I see. Okay.
That is why I put all my max in black and white, so that you people, if you have any doubt, you can always go back, and if I have made a mistake, you can tell me. I am not, that's why I make PPT to put everything in black and white, because you can you can reread it, you can understand it better.
Sorry. So, am I audible?
I think we can finish here.
Right. So, yes. So now we come to the end of our program today, a satsang, a very interesting talk on chakras. So we come to the last section, the Loka Samasta. So please sit straight with your back, neck, and head aligned. Group prayers. Now, one question was asked about distant healing. This is one way of distant healing, which I have personally experienced quite remarkably, especially with people near and dear ones who are ill, or in very severe illness, like a heart attack, for example. And how I've observed with doctors' reports how this kind of healing, a distant healing, can work wonders. So please sit with your back, head and neck aligned to let the prana shakti flow through. Think of your loved ones, the people in your community, and the kind of healing that you might want them to have, be it in health, in the areas of wealth, or relationships, 3 areas where many of us require healing. Let them find a solution in these areas. And also, while we do the prayers, send out the healing to the world at large. Have faith that these prayers really do work. It enhances the healing. Please take a deep breath and let go. Observe the silence within. Loka samasta. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Tat Tat Brahmarpanamastu. Observe the silence within, the language of the soul that connects all of us. And please revisit the silence as many times as you can throughout your day. The more the number of times you visit, the higher will your frequency rise. The longer you're able to maintain, the higher level of consciousness that you will spread. Thank you all once again. Thank you very much, Nagarajan ji.
Thank you.
We'd love to have more sessions with you. And also to have an offline session at the School of Ancient Wisdom, something that we can work out with Swati. It'll be lovely to meet you all in person at the school in this manner. So once again, thank you all for joining us.
Thank
And till the same time, same day next week for another edition of the Spiral of Wisdom. Take care and God bless. Hari.
Thank you, Brother Ramesh. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Jasmine ji.
Thank you all.
Good night, everyone.
Thank you, Nagaraj ji. Thank you so
Thank you,
much.
Jasmine. Thanks a lot.
Very, very interesting. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Swati, are you around?